Hey Rats, it's me Ricola Elizabeth, and today I am here with another story time. So I always get a lot of people who ask me, when did you start doing hair? How did you start doing hair? So I always tell them that I've been doing hair for a main source of income for the past 4 years. However, I've been doing hair ever since I was a kid. I can remember back when I was in elementary school and I was doing hair. I was the type of girl who loved Barbie dolls and I loved baby dolls. So I actually started off doing hair on my baby doll's head, and I started out with plaits. And it was crazy because my mother, she was a braider. So she would braid up the kids' hair in the neighborhood, and I kind of saw her doing it, and she did it a lot, so I was interested. So I was practicing on my doll baby, and I got so excited when I did my first plait. It was just one plait I did. I was so excited. I went and showed my mama, and I was like, Mama, look, I did a plait. And she was so happy for me. And then I went and told my grandma, I was like, Grandma, look, I braided my baby doll hair. And she was like, Ricola, you didn't do that. I said, yes, I did, Grandma. You want me to show you how I did it? So, of course, my grandma put me up to the test, so I showed her how I did my little plait. I said, see, I told you I plaited the baby doll hair. And it kind of just started from there, from me watching my mother do it to me doing it on my baby doll's hair. And I started to do it on real people's hair. But the thing is, my sister, who is 4 years older than me, she would not let her little sister, who's in elementary school, be braiding on her hair. So I had to go to my cousins, which they were around her age too. They may have been 3 years older than me, but they would let me play in their hair all day long. So I would do different stuff in their hair, and I'm pretty sure any of my cousins who watching this, they know that they know I did their hair, and it was laid. It was laid. It was laid. So anyway, my cousins would let me do their hair for them, but my sister wouldn't. So my sister still just let my mama do her hair, this and the third. So she started seeing that I was getting better. So next thing you know, my sister was like, Ricola, can you do my hair? Because my mama, she couldn't do designs. But me, the better I was getting, the more I was doing the hair, the better I was getting. So I was doing designs, crisscrosses, you know what I'm saying? So she was like, Ricola, can you braid my hair? I'm like, oh, you want me to braid your hair now? But I did it, of course, because back in the day, you know, people used to have like the little half situation going on. You braid just the top half and then have the back like flat, curl, crimp, something like that. So that was my sister's signature hairstyle. Or they just had like the front braid and put like a little ponytail at the top. That was her signature hairstyle. So eventually she started letting me braid like the top of her hair. And way before MySpace, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, I was taking pictures on throwaway cameras like at my parents' house. I have this big portfolio of people's hair that I've done, and it was just so crazy because I don't even know what made me take pictures when I was that young, but I used to take pictures of people with the little throwaway camera, and I'm like, Grandma, Mama, it's time to go to CVS. I need a new camera. Like, I used to load up that camera now. I got so many little, you know, they used to come, like if you went to CVS and got them developed, they came like the red envelope. Girl, I got so many of them things just sitting around my parents' house somewhere in like the dressers or something. But anyways, so just from me braiding hair, it led me to start doing like micro braids. I used to charge $40 for micro braids. Girl, you couldn't tell me I wasn't rich. It used to take me about 2 days now, because my micro braids used to be micro. You hear me? But everybody used to be like, girl, like the Africans did those. You know, it actually looked better than the Africans because I ain't had a big plaits in the back. I mean, in the middle, everything was the same size. So it took me about 2 days. Like I said, I used to charge $40. For the cornrows going back with weave, I used to charge $10. And then I didn't understand what people used to tell me, like the older people, of course. They was like, you need to start charging more. Instead of charging 10, charge 15. And I'm like, am I having like $15? Can can people pay $15? That's a lot of money, like in my head. When they told me, I was just like, okay. But I never went up on my prices until like I got older and I actually started to want things. Because then I was a kid, I was in like elementary, middle school doing hair, and the only thing I really wanted was candy out the candy store. I didn't want certain clothes and certain shoes and stuff. But then eventually, I remember I did my first sew-in 2008. And I didn't know, I never did a sew-in before. At that time, I never even gotten a sew-in before. I just assumed like, okay, you need a needle, you need thread. So I just kind of predicted my way through the sewing, and it actually turned out cute. I did that on my cousin who's younger than me. She's like 2 years younger than me. So she was the first person I did a sew-in on. So this was MySpace. So I took a picture, uploaded it on MySpace, and people, by this time you had the digital cameras. I didn't have a throwaway, I had the digital camera, so I could just use what is called the SD card and just upload it. So I was uploading my pictures on MySpace, and then I had people ask me to do sew-ins. So like I said, I've never had a sew-in. I didn't know how much people were charging for sew-ins, so I was charging $25 for a sew-in. $25 for a sew-in. And if you got one of my $25 sew-ins, you were lucky. Like, but it was so funny because when I did my first sew-in, I didn't know I was supposed, well, with my cousin, the one who I did for free, I cut her a little bang and I bumped the bang, and that's it. Then when I got the girl who wanted, my first person I did a $25 sew-in on, I didn't know I was supposed to like style it and bump it. So I got finished with her hair, and then I was like, I'm finished. And it was just pretty much installed. And then she looked in the mirror, she's like, oh, I like it. Can you cut like a little bang and bump it for me? I was like, oh yeah, cool. So eventually I was like, okay, so I need to style the sew-in too. But I was doing $25 sew-ins for a little minute. But they was still good and make it so bad. Like, they didn't look ratchet. Like, my $25 sew-ins look better than some people's $65 sew-ins. You hear me? You hear me? So, so then eventually, Kiki Twist was very popular. I did so many Kiki Twists. I was so tired of my fingers smelling like, what that stuff called? Lemon lime? No, not lemon lime. Y'all know the little twisting like gel. Jamaican lime. My hand was smelling like Jamaican lime. I was so tired of that smell. Like, to this day, if I meet somebody and their hair smell like Jamaican lime, it aggravates me. Cause that was back in 2009, 8, when people was wearing the Kiki Twist. I still could not stand that smell. Don't come around me with no Jamaican lime in your head, cause it's strong and I hate the smell. Cause I used to twist so much. And then eventually I went out to college, and I really wasn't doing hair in college because I was kind of over the idea of doing hair. That's not what I wanted to be. I didn't want to be a hairstylist. I wanted to be an orthodontic, so I definitely wasn't like promoting doing hair or nothing in it, because I went to school in Augusta, Georgia. So I definitely wasn't promoting me doing hair because I wasn't trying to do no hair. But I worked at a nursing home for like 9 months my freshman year, and then I was unemployed for a few months, and then I started working at the hair store. So when I was working at the hair store, I still wasn't telling people I did hair. I would refer them to the hairstylist who came in the hair store the most. I'd be like, oh yeah, I know this girl, you can go to her, she do real good. And honestly, I would judge based off her hair. Or maybe a client who came in who said, oh yeah, such and such did my hair. So I'd be like, yeah, she do a good job. She right down the road. You can go to her. I wouldn't even tell people I knew how to do hair. But then eventually, I would tell a few people, they'll see my hair, they'll be like, who did your hair? I'm like, I did. They be like, can you do my hair for me? I like that. So I would take the client if they personally ask me to do it. But if they ask me do I know someone, I would refer them to someone else. So I probably had like 2 consistent clients who came all the time. Like, you know, who came like every month or every 2 months. It was 2. And then I had like random people who would come. But like I said, I wasn't promoting, I was doing hair because that's not what I wanted to do. But when I was terminated from my job, December of 2012, oh boy, all of that changed. Oh, I'm doing hair and I'm giving out discounts. What's up? You pulling up or no? Bills needed to be paid, money needed to be made. I'm doing hair, what's up? Facebook like, I'm doing sew-ins, and guess how much the discount was? $5 off. I think I was telling them my sew-ins was $65. And I was like, $5 off. Then eventually when I started selling hair, this was the way. When I started selling, I don't know what I'm trying to say. When I started selling hair, that's when I told them it's $50 if you purchase the hair from me, and then it's $65 if you provide your own hair. And that little bundle deal that I did with the sew-in or whatever, ooh, it got me so many clients. I was selling bundles from left to right, left to right. Everybody was buying bundles. So, you know, that was cool with me. Shoot, that was like, I don't know, Cola got them bundles or whatever. Yeah, Cola got the bundles. Come get you some bundles. Y'all, I'm so dramatic. Don't judge me. But, yes. So, I really was about 8 years old when I first started doing hair. And I know if social media was around and my parents was able to afford to give me like an iPhone or something, or an Android, who wasn't gonna have no 5 pictures on Instagram at 8 showing my braids and my sewing? Who wasn't gonna be on the shade room talking about the 8-year-old hairstylist? Who? Shoot, I show up plaiting and braiding at 8. Surely was. Yeah. But anyways, that's just my little quick story time. So I pretty much been doing hair all of my life. And I'm still doing hair now. I never would have imagined me doing hair as an adult. It was just something that I just enjoyed doing. I really enjoyed doing hair. Like, it was fun for me. I like the whole experiment type of thing. I have like a creative mind. Like, as a kid, I used to love to draw. I don't draw anymore, but I used to love to draw. I got like folders full of my drawings at my parents' house too. So I just always been creative. So, and with hair, it allows you to be creative. And it's something that allows you to be creative and make a lot of money. So that's a plus, you know. That's 2 pluses. Shit, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pluses. But anyways, yeah, so I've been doing hair ever since I was a kid for a main source of income the past 4 years. And if there's something that you're passionate about, definitely do it, because when they say when you do something you love, you'll never have to work another day in your life. That is so true. That is so true. Like, I can honestly say I have not worked in the past 4 years, because what I do doesn't feel like work. It's fun. Like, I'm working now, right? Recording this video. But it don't feel like work. You get it? You get it? It's cool. When I do hair, I enjoy the conversations I have with my clients so much. It don't feel like work. You can't tell me I'm at work, because I'm enjoying myself. I'm having fun, and a lot of my clients become my friends. So it's just a whole big family when you come sit in my chair. You get what I'm saying? So anyways, y'all, I'm not going to let this story time be too long, because it's already long. Bye. Thank you for watching my story time.